Good evening everyone. Good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If I could please request everyone that's outside the ballroom, please make your way inside the ballroom. If I could request everyone that's outside the ballroom to please make their way inside so we can get the program started. Our dignitaries have arrived. Thank you so much for joining us. If I could please request everyone outside the ballroom make their way inside. We're about to get started shortly. Everyone, you could please make your way inside. Once again, we are just about to get this wonderful program started. We have a great evening. Request everyone, please make your way inside the ballroom. If I can request everyone to please make your way inside the ballroom once again. We're just about to get started. Just waiting on some folks to make their way inside the ballroom and get seated. Welcome, folks. Welcome. Such a welcome to former Mayor Bill de Blasio in the House. So good to have you. Always a pleasure. Awesome. Well, we are ready to get started. First of all, a warm welcome to everyone, but I won't say too warm because New York City is taking care of that for us, although it is nice and cool in this ballroom. So once again, welcome to everyone. Folks have come out from far and wide to be part of this program. I know we have Dr. Nukuma from Texas, we have members of the Indo-American Press Club from all over the country, so welcome to everyone once again. The Iapc was formed way back in 2013, but it has such a rich history of bringing together media groups, journalists, and folks in the community, in the Indian American community, that are upholding that very important facet of life, that media is the fourth pillar of democracy. And it is our job to hold everyone accountable, and tonight we're celebrating this great fraternity. I would like to introduce myself. I'll be your MC for the evening. My name is Ashwata. I'm also the incoming president of the New York chapter. Yet to be inducted, but we'll get to all that good stuff this evening. To kick off tonight's program, I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Praveen Chopra, past president of the Iapc, and of course, a big shout out to the Consulate for opening their doors for us to put this wonderful program together. Council Member Lee Jaisalji, special thank you to you as always, and our team here. Mr. Chopra, please take the stage.
Hello and welcome. Swagatam, that's in Hindi. Ji Aaya Hu, that's in Punjabi. That's only three languages. So welcome everybody. This is the 9th induction ceremony of Indo-American Press Club, and we'll be swearing in Mr. Kamlesh Mehta today, Sri Ashwita as president, and the executive committee. Now, Mr. Mayor is here to bless the induction ceremony, and Council Member is here. And we are still waiting for Senator Perry to come, right? And of course, welcome to all the honorees. I think there are 8. The 3 were getting the lifetime achievement award today. Gopi of Mr. Thomas Abraham. Then Padma Dr. Parekh is here. And APC President Anupama Guroti Mukuma, difficult to pronounce that. And we are also going to honor 4 other people, correct? Dr. Subhakar Kore is here. Dr. Kore is visiting from Karnataka, India, and he is being honored by the university, Thomas Jefferson University in Pennsylvania. He's been honored with a doctorate, BSc degree, and then we have Assemblyman Mr. Arora, and then Punjabi singer Malkeet Singh, maybe he's short, Punjabi famous singer, and then he's also people. So also we welcome all the press club officials, members, and those people who are going to be the office bearer today. Incidentally, my name is Praveen Chopra. As you said, I'm the past president of Iapc, and I was brought into Iapc by Kamleshi, my boss, and Dinsmore Bakari, and the founding chairman. I was just dragged into this, but I enjoyed it. And the best thing that we did during my presidency in 2016 was we had the presidential debate between supporters of President Trump, and of the people. It was a fiery discussion that you can expect. And after that, over the years, Iapc has grown and they do many more events and not just the international media conference. Now we'll have the lamp lighting ceremony and Kamleshi, Mayor and the user and all the Kamleshi will have all other people who come on the stage. Please announce.
Thank you, Guruji. For the lamp lighting, I would like to invite from the stage Dr. Vita Jain, Dr. Nuri, Professor Dr. Nuri, Vijay Patel, and Mr. Ajit Mora, and Babu Stephen is here. Is Babu Stephen? Oh, yeah.
Moving right along, once again, great to have such illustrious folks in the room. It's always a pleasure and an honor, not just as a member of the media, but to be a member of this organization, to get a chance to work with all of you. And the person I've worked with the most recently in IAPC, of course, who doesn't know Mr. Iapc? Founder, as well as probably the hardest working person on the team. I shouldn't say that, everyone works really hard on this team. Editor of the Universal News Network. Ajay, would you please take the stage?
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Ambassador Shanti, Honorable Mayor Dasio, respected elected officials, members of the media fraternity, community leaders, and all my IAPC family members. It's an honor to stand before you this evening, presenting a very brief introduction to IAPC, the Indo-American Press Club, which has grown in the last 10 years into what we are seeing today. It's only a small glimpse of many achievements or accomplishments the media persons who represent this group have given to the community and also larger India-American country. And just cutting short and brief because we have the time. It all started about 10 years ago. I had a call from a good friend of mine, Dinsmore. He invited me as we have been scattered all around the nation. We work individually, we work for many corporations. However, we don't have a unified voice. And a few of us sat together one evening for coffee and samosa in Long Island, and we thought loudly, what can we do to bring all the Indo-American journalists spread across together? And what we see today is the effort of the visionary planning and what we want to do for the Indian community as well as for the members was scattered across. So, in creating this noble organization, what is called Indo-American Press Club, our objective has been to create an association with the lofty goal of realizing a long-term purpose to bring together the media groups and individuals from across North America under one umbrella to work together, to support one another, and giving them a powerful voice in the media and the larger community, the larger society. In the past 9 years, Iapc has grown, spread far and wide, with hundreds of active members, about a dozen chapters in the US and Canada, and we're proud to be part of this organization which has given so much individually, collectively, and as one platform, we've given so much to the larger community. I'm so proud of this organization. And I want to quote Ambassador Deshwalji in his message in the brochure that you will see in a few moments. He summarized what Iapc stands for. He says, the Indo-American Press Club has made significant contribution to promoting Indo-US friendship and the welfare of Indian diaspora in the United States. The members of Iapc, as journalists and as media personnel, have shared stories, news, opinions, and analysis and conversations with the larger audience in the United States. This has indeed strengthened the enduring connects that binds India and the United States together. I think that is a great achievement for us in here. Have welcomed the ambassador who is here with us, and there is a lot more to share with you, but we have a pictorial presentation of the past 9 years of Iapc, a group from a very small community of about a dozen people into hundreds of members today. So I will have the media presentation of Iapc's group. Thank you all.
So let's kick that off. I'd like to invite Honorable Counsel General Mr. Lee Jaiswal, if you please join us up on the stage to induct incoming Chairman Mr. Kamlesh Mehta.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Shubhaji.
This oath is for chairmanship of Iapc Induction.
Yes, yes.
I
I, Kamlesh Mehta,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold
that I will uphold
the goals, mission, objectives,
the goals, vision, and objectives of the Indian Club,
the Constitution and the bylaws of the IAPC,
the Constitution and the bylaws of the IAPC, and the policies of the club, and the office I elected during my term. I will faithfully and impartially discharge the responsibility of the office to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. And the next portion of the program, I'd like to invite Counter Chairman Mr. Jimson Zakaria to please induct the Board of Directors and the Executive Committee for their oath ceremony as well. So this is where, they always say members of the media wear multiple hats. This is where I get inducted. But there are so many folks that are being inducted virtually that cannot be here with us. So we're going to do this on all of their behalf.
So you ready for vote? So you can repeat after me.
I, Ashita Yoriraj,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the goals,
that I will uphold the goals,
mission and objectives of Indo-American Press Club,
mission, and objectives of the Indo-American Press Club,
the Constitution and bylaws of the IAPC,
the Constitution and the bylaws of the IAPC,
and the policies of the club,
and the policies of the club,
and the office I am elected to.
and the office I am elected to.
During my term,
During my term,
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the responsibilities of office
discharge the responsibilities of the office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Thank
Thank you.
you. Wonderful. Well, now that I'm officially the president, we can really get this party started. Now I'd like to welcome the recently inducted chairman, Mr. Kamlesh Mehta, busiest man in the room, by the way, I have to say. Please come on up here and address the room. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shubhaji. Namaste, everyone. Honorable Council General, Honorable Nazir, my dear colleague, two Padmashris here, Dr. Nori and Dr. Parekh, and my friends. I can take the hands of all of you. You all are very important to me. To take care of the time. And our honorable mayor has to leave early. So I will keep it very short. As a chairman of Iapc Induction, I will do my best to take it to the next level. I will continue the work which was done by other chairmen, other staff, and other board members. And I hope with their support, we will take it to the next level. And our last president, Helen Mehra, she could not make it, but she said a message which is really, it was my thoughts also. We can reinvent the wheel in journalism by always staying fair, impartial, unbiased, and above all, This will be factual information of our leaders and viewers. As Mahatma Gandhi said, journalism is to educate the public mind and it is a service. Thank you. And now I would like to invite my dear friend Eddie Kumar, who is also the responsible today, to introduce Mayor Brazil. Eddie Kumar, please.
Good evening, everyone. Namaste. First of all, congratulations to our new chairman, Kamlesh, new president, Ms. Yogirat, and congratulations. You have another big journalist on the way. Congratulations again to all the honorees. Obviously, I'm sitting in front of the two beneficiaries, Dr. Louis, Dr. Parekh, our honorable CG, who always welcomes the consulate doors as if it's our own home. So, Consulate, please, thank you. Consul. I would say our mayor, but a good friend whom we know for over a decade, Mayor Blasio, thank you for giving me a valuable time to being here. As I speak for him, before I speak to him, Angie, congratulations, my mentor, my godmother, and all to me. Congratulations and thank you. It was Angie and I, we met Mayor de Blasio over 12 years ago when he was in his first year of being a public advocate. And the vision he had for New York City, that showed a leadership, what a New York leader, a New York leader. And of course, his second thing was, at some point I'm going to be running for New York City mayor. That's when he asked us to be his brand ambassadors for the Pan United, his brand ambassador for the South Asian community. And we worked very hard. And of course, with God's blessing, he became the mayor. He took the city to the next level. Every week, every month, all the challenges he fought, he took the city to the next level. But as we say it all, a character and a true leader, you only see at the moment of crisis. That's when you see what your leader is about. And that crisis was, we all know, 2 years ago when it hit New York. Global pandemic. New York City was the epicenter. If we all remember what happened at the end of February, New York City was on the global map. It was the epicenter of COVID. And our elected officials in Washington, especially I should say in the White House, was in denial. It was Mayor de Blasio who stood up tall, who shook up Washington and said, guys, we have a major problem. It's not a flu, it's not a cold, it's not that, we have a global problem. It took them a little while, but he went on and he did his job. He took the matter in his own hands, got all the professionals in the medical facility, especially thanks to all the doctors and the medical profession. And he opened so many centers overnight, 24/7. Yes, it was the epicenter. We had a lot of hospitalization, we had a lot of deaths, unfortunately, God bless them. But he stood there, and in a matter of weeks, at least in New York was no longer the epicenter. So Mayor, New York owes you for your leadership in those tough times. And now, after having a successful 2 terms, he wanted to take a bigger challenge. He wanted to be our voice in Washington. And recently, 2 days ago, he announced that he's going to be running for the 10th Congressional District out of New York, being the congressman. So you have our support, Mayor. You will be the next congressman from the 10th District of New York. Please welcome our chief guest, Mayor de Blasio.
I would like to invite on the stage to honor Mayor de Blasio. Congressman, please come to seat. Dr. Parekh. Dr. Najib, please. Ms. Parekh. Adel Ghosh.
case, I'll go to the center. You got it, Ken. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I would request the Brazil to honor our first lifetime achievement awardee in Congress.
Thank you so much. I have to tell you, I'm so happy to be here, truly happy to be here. There's many good friends gathered here and many people that I appreciate. And I also appreciate the work that is being supported here. You spoke about the importance, our wonderful MC, thank you. You spoke about the importance of a free press in a democracy. I would only say this to give us all a sense of mission and focus and commitment. In our nation right now, the United States, we are seeing a challenge to the very notion of democracy, such as we have not seen in generations. But it is accompanied by a global conflict between those who believe in the power of every person's voice being honored and respected versus those who have come to openly praise in their views, the virtues of dictatorship and autocracy. With words that would have been considered unacceptable just a few years ago. So now what we see is this conflict between democracy and oppression has come out in the open in a very blunt and powerful way. And against those forces that would deny people's voices stand two great nations. This one, which I am so proud to be a part of and which I hope to represent in the United States Congress, and the world's largest democracy, India, which stands as a beacon to the whole world. Ambassador, no matter how difficult this time of history is, the challenges we're all facing, and I think it's difficult for all of us sometimes to turn on the television or go online because we don't know what new calamity we'll face, but we do know that there are a lot of good people in this world working every day to heal and to move us forward, and we know the power of democracies that respect their own people. And so long as the United States stands firm and India stands firm, there is hope for the entire world. So, Ambassador, thank you. Thank you, and thank you for having us here this evening. I want to thank all of you who are active in this wonderful organization. I want to congratulate all the honorees. I want to thank my old friend, Tom Lutch. You're not old, we're just friends for a long time. It's always one of those phrases you have to be careful about. Friends of long standing. Thank you. I have enjoyed for years your company and yes, and standing shoulder to shoulder, and congratulations as you assume this role of leadership. To my friend Eric Kumar, who worked so hard and diligently when I ran for mayor. Wherever I went, Eric Kumar was there first, and he stayed latest, and he made things happen. And I honored him, and I appreciate him, but I want to just take a personal note here that, yes, you can clap for him for sure. Eric came to that sense of service and commitment in many ways, including his service to the United States of America in the United States Army, and did so much to show us what an exemplary member of our armed forces is. And then in the context of COVID, he helped just so many people in need, including so many businesses that were teetering on the brink, potentially having to close. He helped them get the support and the funding to stay open and save countless jobs. And that would be enough reason to be proud of him and appreciative, but I am also very proud for this reason. His son, Tirat, is now following his father's footsteps in the ROTC and will soon be joining the United States Army as an officer. In the same Army unit that Eric served in. Isn't that beautiful to see the Father pass to the Son that same commitment and that same leadership mantle? So Eric, thank you and congratulations. Well, when I think about a vibrant democracy, when I think about what it takes to preserve what we all cherish, it takes people who care, it takes people who are passionate, it takes people who believe that they can make a difference and help others. And a few years ago, I met such a special person. And when I first met Pam Quattrone, what I felt first was, and anyone, I believe anyone who meets her feels first, the warmth, the incredible magnetic personality. I had heard of her work, I had heard that she had done extraordinary things, I had heard that she was a trailblazer in this community in the field of public relations and media. But when you meet someone new, you don't know. You learn people through experience. And so I asked Pam very humbly to help me. Well, Pam, if you think about, I'll use an analogy, if you think about an automobile and standard shift, and there's, first gear, second gear, and there's different levels. Pam has only one gear, which is to go to the maximum immediately. And so I asked her to help, and her idea of helping was to come in and organize everyone in this community and beyond. She went to maximum, and she said, if we're going to win, we're going to have to do so much, but we can and we will. And by force of will, she moved hundreds and then thousands of people to my side. And I have said to the people in my life that there's a very, very few people in the year 2013 who were absolutely irreplaceable in my effort to become mayor. And if there's anything you like that I did when I was mayor, if you like pre-K for all, if you like the affordable housing, or if you like what we did to bring this city back from COVID, then I would say I have to give the credit to the people who got me there. And the most profound thing I can say from my own personal experience is I would not have been mayor of New York City without Pam Quattrone. It's simple as that. So as you honor her, I first of all say thank you for honoring such a worthy person. And I say to you that what I've seen in her work is true empowerment. She does this for everyone. She does this to uplift this community and its voice and its meaning in this country. She does this to support our homeland that she loves. I've never heard anyone talk about their love of India with more passion and poetry than Pam. But she does not believe in just idle words. She always backs them up with action. A phrase that I love and I think is appropriate here, she is a force of nature. When she decides something is going to happen, she wills it to happen. I'm one of the beneficiaries, and many of you in this room, I believe, are as well beneficiaries of that extraordinary spirit and energy and intellect. So I just am so happy she is honored this evening, and I wanted to be here to express my admiration and my appreciation for Pam Quattrone.
We invite Pam Quattrone to the stage, and to present the award, I would like to invite to join our music. You will have any design here, the suit any design? Rashid Bagani, please come. Join me. Very good. Very good. And that is this one. Join them to present the award. And of course, this is the Bagani and the Ghosh. You are welcome all the times. Right.
I'll be on the
All the few words from you.
Your Excellency Ambassador Jaswalji, Honorable Mayor Lasirji, Chairman Foundation Ektaji, fellow honorees, community leaders and members of the media, thank you so much for joining us. I'm truly honored and humbled for this Lifetime Achievement Award by the Indian American Press Club. I want to thank EST and the entire Indian American Club office bearers for their service. The founder, Ghosh, has been an very old friend of mine, not old, like they said. One man I cannot forget, without whose support it would be impossible for me to be part of many things I became involved in. My wonderful husband also. Who supported me at every juncture. While the political and racial differences divide us, media has a major role to play in keeping us all alert and educated about the need for a just and equitable world. Wow, Rahul is here! We are concerned of the media reports about the Supreme Court draft to overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade case that legalized abortion nationwide, based on the Constitution that protects a pregnant woman's right to choose abortion without any restrictions from government. The case was 49 years ago, and they want to turn it over now. We're worried about women being denied the right of her health needs. Here, the media has a great responsibility, especially in these challenging times when world is facing once in a century health crisis of ongoing pandemic. Organizations such as Indian American Press Club can play a major role in helping and healing and uniting the nation. Some of my personal friends here in the media, like the founder, Iapc Ghosh, from the EST, from South Asian Times, JCT, I don't know where he is, but he's a great friend and owns Come in Funny, and our media mogul, Dr. Parekh, AC Times, India Times, Gujarat Times, just to name a few, ITV Gold, all these media outlets. You have major responsibility to help us fight this fight for our daughters. For your daughters, for our daughters, my body, my choice. At this occasion, I also want to remember my best friend, who is not among us today, but her precious family, who is my family now, are all here. Toti and the kids are here. The mayor just mentioned all the things Kirat is accomplishing. And last but not by any means least, her son, my godson, Eric Kumar, who is a ditto copy of my friend in his demeanor. Most people are your friends in their need. When they're flying high, they don't have time for you. But not Eric. He's different. He's extremely successful today. He's literally flying high, but remains humble, grateful, and above all, very loyal. I just want to say, Sandeep, who is here from India, our family, I hope you and Kamlesh and Ranjan understand how fortunate you are to have a best friend in Eric. As we celebrate Buddha Purnima, I just want to share a quote of Buddha. Buddha said, the highest education in man's life is BCom. Somebody here, Mr. Ravi Kumar, has graduated BCom with flying colors. He always remains calm, no matter what happens, and that's what we've done. Wishing you all the very best. Congratulations to all the honorees today, and best wishes to a new leadership of Indian American President. Thank you.
May I invite all the honorees on the stage to take a quick picture with me Brazil before we leave. Dr. Parik, Pharmacy, MD, Dr. Kodinga, Dr. Parik.
I'm asking you.
Please come.
Raji, could you come here, please? Mr. Ram Batra.
Nal Batra and Ravi Kumar, please come for a group photo.
Hey, Ram Batra.
Raji, आ जाइए.
Rahul Beda, please.
Yeah, he's coming.
Please come over now. May I ask you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, folks, you can't have any Indian program without some entertainment. And always, we can count on the Arya Dance Academy to keep us connected to our culture, even in the heart of New York City. So we're going to delight you guys all and invite Arya Dance Academy and the wonderful performers that look so beautiful, so ready to go. So please join us on stage with their prepared entertainment for the evening. Arya Dance Academy.
Is that okay if I move just a little bit backward? Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.
Well, that was just a teaser, guys. We have more entertainment from Iapc, but let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. That was wonderful. You know, this stage always has given a platform to so many great local artists. So once again, a big shout out to the Consulate, the Consul General, their whole team that always opens their doors, as Editor Margie was saying. Speaking of the Consul General, this individual who works so closely with our local community, Ambassador Iapc Induction, not only a career diplomat, but a member of the Indian Foreign Service since 1998. In over 2 decades of the diplomatic career so far, the countries that Ambassador Jaswal has served in include Portugal, Cuba, South Africa, and of course the permanent mission of India in New York. Between these overseas assignments, Ambassador Jaswal has served in New Delhi at the Ministry of External Affairs, first as Deputy Secretary looking after India's relations with the United States, and then as Joint Secretary managing India's relations with Western European countries. In the middle of 2017, he was deputed to serve the President of India as Joint Secretary managing his international relations portfolio, and currently serves as Consul General of India in New York. We have a bias. This is our favorite embassy because I'm from New York, so I get to work with Ambassador Jaswal and his team regularly, and I can attest to the passion that he carries, not just for sports. I mean, we were just here for an event with legendary cricketer Kapil Dev, the environment, culture, monuments, old cities, and cuisines. Ambassador Jaswal is deeply interested in strategic, sustainable development and public policy issues, and has been part of India's delegation at various climate change conferences, which we know is arguably the most important issue of our time. At this time, I'd like to invite Ambassador Jaswal to not just join us on the stage to deliver the rest of the awards, but please say a few words to address the room, please. Thank you.
Yeah, may I request on the stage to come? Immediately, to present the honor to President, please come. And I also want Mr. Harish Shankar, Mr. Kevin Design, Mr. Hari Rama, and Dr. Brahma to come on the stage to present the honor to please come. And Mr. Sunil Shah. Please come on the podium to present the honor, lifetime achievement honor to Consul Subir Jaswal. Based on Ambassador Iapc Jaswal, Consulate of India, in recognition of your outstanding vision, dedication, accomplishment, and leadership, is a lifetime achievement award, and signed by Commission as Chairman, Mr. Jakaria as a founding Chairman, and as a Bush as a founding President.
Namaste and good evening, everybody. Distinguished members of the Indo-American Press Club, respected members of the Indian American community, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, big congratulations to Mr. Kamlesh Mehta for taking over as the chairman of this very important platform organization, Indo-American Press Club, which over the years has made so much of difference to India-US ties, to our engagement in general with people here, and to our friendship. I would like to thank you for the support that you rendered to the consulate, to the government, and we look forward to the same support, same contribution, same dedication and commitment from you as we go ahead, especially in celebration of India at 75. This year is a special one for us, an important milestone for India, 15th August. India will be 75 years, and I remind myself this time because I was told by Kapil Dev, India is not an old country, but a young country. So India will be 75 years young on 15th August 2022. So look forward to all your support. We had our Minister of State for External Affairs, Mr. B. Muralidharan, visiting us. He visited Long Island, where many of you stay. He visited the Gurudwara Nanak Darbar Sahib in Long Island as well. He connected with the community, he heard them out, and he's taking their feedback on many of the issues on which we are engaged with the community back home. Some of the issues that he highlighted in his engagement, I would like to take out just a minute to highlight, to focus on them. You know, we all challenged by the pandemic. I mean, large parts of the world is still to move upwards of 10% of vaccination. That is the story of Africa. So if that be the case, then obviously the pandemic has not been put aside. In India, the story, of course, we have done much better. 90% of almost 90% of adult population in India is fully vaccinated. That's a huge achievement, I would say. We also supplied vaccines to almost 98 countries, and more support would be given to countries in the days to come. Aside from that, you would have seen some of the global news media highlighting some of the achievements of India. And 3 achievements I would like to highlight, aside from what we've done in COVID. 1, growth rate. We are among the highest growing or the fastest growing major economy in the world. Earlier, the projection was upwards of 8%, that has been revised, but somewhere around 7% or so. That's still very helpful. 2, the tech space, the startup space in India is booming. From almost 100 or so startups, insignificant or small numbers in 2014. In the last 8 years, we have 65,000 startups in India, of which 100 of them, the 101, achieved the unicorn status very recently. So that is how the Indian tech space is working, and one of the most dynamic parts of the economy. And third, which is very important, is that our movement towards sustainable development goals, be it water, sanitation, clean drinking water, clean cooking gas connections, bank accounts, 440 plus million bank accounts, that helped us to transfer cash, direct cash money transfers were made into accounts, support for the people during pandemic. So all these, Ayushman Bharat program to support 50 crore, that's 500 million people in India, all these programs put together is going to make a huge impact on sustainable development goals, 2, on the kind of impact socio-economic measures of government will have on economic growth and prosperity of India. That was just to give you some snapshot on what are the things that are making global headlines today. But thank you very much. I would like to seek your support and your continued support in our program. More importantly, for celebration of India at 75, our Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Ambassador, thank you so much for walking us through once again some really important information that it's a matter of pride for us Indians residing in the United States to be aware of that. Moving right along, I want to now request some of our awardees to please get ready because their time on the stage is coming up. We're going to start with Dr. Gotim Pula, who has once again come all the way from Texas. I want to say a little bit about Dr. Anupama Gotimula, the current president of API for the year 2021-2022. Not only is Dr. Anupama Gotimula president, she's only the fourth woman to be elected to the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, which is one of the largest organizations of its type. Board-certified pediatric anesthesiologist. Her goals are, as you know, medical professionals often hold, prevention is better than cure. And they're resonating not just in India, throughout the Adoptive Village Preventative Healthcare Screening Initiative, but she's also, under her dynamic and inspiring leadership here, cultivating the same culture in the United States. Under her leadership, API has grown and recently held the blood donation drive in 75 cities across the United States, commemorating the 75th anniversary of India's independence. That's something we can definitely give a round of applause on. Several new programs have been initiated that are benefiting, of course, API members as well as the larger community in the United States and India. Once again, Dr. Anupama Gotimula, such a pleasure, Doctor, and I would like to invite Council General Vinny Jaiswal, please join us on stage to present Dr. Gotimula with the award.
May I ask Dr. Vijay here, Shashimati, come on the stage, people are getting the award. Mrs. Mari, you are so much older. Mrs. Mari, Mrs. Mari, Ashimati and Girivaji, please come on the stage. To present the award. And Gopiji, why are you hiding? Shashimati, please come. Anybody from API is here? Gupji is joined with the May I request Dr. Guru to say a few words?
Good evening, all the committee, Iapc. It's such an honor today to be here among all of you and to meet you all. And I know I work with Mr. Ajay Ghosh. He's our API correspondent from media, and we share our progress, our achievements, everything through him. And he is our voice at API. And thank you, Ajay, for doing this honor. And as you all know, we have faced the pandemic, and we're so lucky we all are here today because of the grace of the doctors who work really tirelessly all these couple of years now, but I think we are getting over the pandemic. The minor strain which is right now prevalent is not that threatening, so we should be okay. And I hope everyone in this room is a pro-vaccine persons here, and everyone should, if not, get the vaccine. That's a message from as a physician. And API has these 2 years, we have worked tirelessly, and as much as possible, we had the greatest support from every physician. They wanted to do a service to the patients' needs, especially when that COVID happened in the first wave, when there was a lockdown in India, and Consul General and Ambassador, they requested us to do free prescriptions for the parents who were stranded here in the United States. So that's how our service started first time. And then we started teleconsultations in India. And when the COVID hit the second time, the Delta variant, which is the worst one in India, and we have done our best to raise funds, and we raised 5.5 million, and we are still helping India to recover from the pandemic and be prepared for the next pandemic if anything happens. So we have reached the rural areas. So in this transformation, we thought that health is something which is very important for every one of us, and I think prevention is better than cure. We should focus more of our efforts on the preventive aspect than disease cure. That's how we thought, let's do this, adopt a village in India, which is, I know our hearts are in India, so we have the same thought process. So this initiative is helping actually to establish some guidelines in India, where in the United States we have some preventive guidelines here. We follow the screening guidelines, but India we still don't have those, so we are trying to help with those guidelines, like establish the Indian Preventive Task Force for healthcare. So that's where we want to serve as much as possible, and I don't have to explain more, but I truly thank all of you for inviting me here all the way from San Antonio, and I wish good luck Kamleshji in your tenure. And media plays a very big role, and your role is very important, and you communicate what's going on currently, and focus on the positive things more, and suppress the negative things. That's why I always think like we should focus mostly on the positive things happening in the world, because right now we're in the phase of healing, so we want that positiveness coming out now. And thank you so much for all of you, and enjoy your evening. Thank you once again, Dr. President of Iapc. Moving right along, the next individual that we will be honoring this evening, Dr. Thomas Abraham. Once again, the honorees that are joining us, that are bringing a special flair to the program, come from diverse backgrounds. Dr. Thomas Abraham has been serving the NRI-PIM community for the last 49 years. Since he moved to New York as a graduate student at Columbia University, founder, president, and currently serving as the chairman of the Global Organization of People of Indian Origins, fondly known as GOPIO. And not only is Dr. Thomas Abraham associated with that crucial organization for our community, but is the founding president of the Federation of Indian Associations, the FIA, the Tri-State and New York area, and the National Federation of Indian American Associations. And the FIA, we all know, puts together the wonderful India Day Parade that takes place in New York City every year for so many years. Once again, not only does he have accolades to his name here in the United States, but also from back home in India. Dr. Abraham was presented with the Bharat Vanchi Gaurav Award of Antar Rashtriya Sahयोग Prashad by former Vice President of India, Dhairan Singh Shekhawat, Pravasi Bharatiya Saman by President of India, Pratibha Patel, both in 2008, and of course, once again, another shout out to being from New York, graduate of Columbia University, Dr. Abraham, a material science and nanotechnology individual, expert by profession. So great to honor you, Ambassador Jaiswal. Please join us on stage once again for the audience.
And we do invite everybody from GOPIO, who is here from the stage, please, and the guests of Dr. Thomas. Please join me on the stage. Mr. Thomas Abraham, few words.
Good evening, Namaskar, Namaste, Namaskaram in Malayalam, Vanakkam. Honorable Council General Sandeep Kumar Jaiswalji, IAPC Chairman Kamlesh Mehta, my co-awardees, colleagues from my community groups, ladies and gentlemen. I am truly humbled by this award and will cherish all the years to come. Especially this is coming from an association of journalists and media groups. We in the community, we always think or debate whether we are doing the right community service, whether we are campaigning on the right kind of issues, or whether we are providing the right leadership. I consider this award as a recognition of our work for community causes for the last 5 decades. I started in 1974. By a coincidence, as a student at Columbia, Iapc of Columbia University was the richest club at that time because everybody used to flock to Columbia to see the Bollywood film. There was nothing else to connect back to India at that time. No information, hardly in New York Times you might get a small news about some disaster happening or flooding happening, but Bollywood films was the only one which was connecting people. So we used to show the films and we used to make a lot of money. So that is how I got involved, but then because of that, the new group started coming, the Malayali group, Telugu group, the new Gurudwara started in Richmond Hill, the new temple came in Flushing. So we had little bit influence to all these community groups because we were rich at that time. And we also had a radio program because of Gunjan. 2.5 hours we used to give time to all the community groups to give all their regional language programs. So because of that and because of the support of the council, in fact the joint committee was there at that time. The consulate helped us to put together the concept of Federation of Indian Association. And I also want to tell you what an incident. Since I was the president of India Club at that time, the people just started in 76 inaugurated. We gave a substantial donation to the Hindu temple. I went to give that check to Hindu temple in 76 and talking. And I was returning back to Columbia through subway. And I was walking on the street and suddenly 4 white youths came behind me. They were behind me and they threw a soda can on me. I was scared, but I did not react. I walked fast and I didn't even show that as if I was hit by the soda can. So that even finished, but I thought that was the time which made me to think that we have to have a very vibrant community to look at issues. Our presence felt locally in the community because we are the new community. And that was one of the reasons for me to come into the community work. Starting with the Federation of Indian Association, which was a joint committee. We incorporated it in 1977 and I see the president was here. So that became a big group and then it became parade, image. So what have we done in this year? We looked at the Federation of Indian Association, then the National Federation of Indian Association. I took 6 months off from my work, traveling all over the country, every city. I don't know whether you know that at that time there was this Delta Airlines and US Airlines. You can buy coupons for 3 weeks. And I used to cover three cities on a Saturday and 2 cities on a Sunday, and every day, and I'm fine. But it was a good experience to reach out at the first convention in New York City. And that is how we built up. And then, of course, when there was a lot of human rights violations, including the one we had, the Lord Pastor issue. We started this first global convention of people of Indian origin, 1989. That has become a big thing, and Government of India decided to do it as a PPT 13 years later. And we are happy the government is doing, because we as community groups, we have only limited resources and time, but they are doing very well. So I want to tell you that along with that incident, many former, our pioneers who came from 90s, they have spent their life for India. And one of them, Dilip Singh Song, who became the congressman, before that, he campaigned for the citizenship of India. We know that 1946, we got citizenship, Lucy Seller Immigration Act of 1946. And that paved the way for us to become citizens. So they paved the way for us to become citizens, and we thought we have to pay for New Delhi, our immigration. That's what we are doing. You know, you can see in the last election, in addition to 4 House of Representatives who won the election, 36 state houses, senators and House of Representatives, and of course, Congress. But all of them, when they came first, they came to the community, because there was a network. So I just want to tell you that we have accomplished a great deal. There is a lot of work to do. We work very closely with Ambassador Jaiswal as well as Ambassador Sadhu. And we thank you. I congratulate Iapc. I wish you all the best. And this award belongs to all those people who came to the stage. Ashok Michani, our Kerala Central President Alex Estepan, and Dr. Vimal Goyal, Vice President and the new President of Gopi Redison. Pallavi, thank you, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thomas Abraham. What a trip through history you've taken us, and it's really been a struggle, but well worth all of the hard work. Thank you so much again. For our next honoree, we were talking earlier, he's making my job easy. At least the introduction part, but this man needs no introduction. Padma Shri, Dr. Sudhir Parekh, for his intro, he's provided us with a wonderfully produced little video that we'd love to share with you guys, because after all, we are members of the media. Let's cue the video once again for Dr. Sudhir Parekh, Padma Shri.
Position and chairman of Private Worldwide Media, a media house that owns several newspapers and the longest-running South Asian TV network, ITV Gold. Dr. Parekh is the sole Indian American recipient of 4 of the most prestigious awards. The Pravasi Bharatiya Samman is an award constituted by the Ministry of Overseas Indian Affairs to honor exemplary animal lives. The Amazon Medal of Honor celebrates the richness and diversity of American life. 6 presidents, many senators, congressional representatives, and Nobel Prize winners are among the remarkable group of individuals who have received the Amazon Medal of Honor. The Knights of Malta, a prestigious organization originally founded in 1176 in Jerusalem during the Crusades to free Christian pilgrims and soldiers, awards manhood to Dr. Parekh in recognition of his philanthropic contributions that enabled the economic order to undertake humanitarian projects such as establishing orphanages and schools. Padma Awards are India's highest civilian awards. The preliminary ceremony was held at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in the presence of the President of India, Prime Minister, Vice President, and top dignitaries. The award was presented by President of India, Mrs. Pratibha Patil. Dr. Sudhir Parekh, internationally acclaimed physician, media mogul, Indian advocate, and philanthropist. Dr. Sudhir Parekh not only preserved Indian culture and traditions on a foreign soil, but also helped strengthen relations between India and the United States with his established prominence on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Dr. Parekh makes history, attaining the 4 highest honors in the United States and India. He has created a legacy in the community for his multitude of recognitions and a lifetime of service.
Dr. Sandeep Pai, please join us on the stage, and of course, once again, Ambassador Jaiswal to confer the award.
May I request all the media people to come on the stage to honor the media band, Dr. Sandeep Pai. Everyone from media fraternity, please come on the stage.
His Excellency Ranjit Jaiswal, new Chairman of the Press Club, Kamlesh Ajay, Founder of the Press Club, Ajay ji, and dear friends. Well, as you probably saw in the introductory offer that I got award from Padma Shri and Pravasi Bharati Salman and Ali Saleh Medal of Honor, along with other senators and congressmen, and a knighthood from the King of Malta, which comes in the territory of the Vatican. So I actually hope the former Pope we had an audience with him, and he bestowed us this knighthood of Malta for all the philanthropic work, whatever I did in my lifetime. So all those awards, but today's award is more important than all those awards. Because it's coming from my friends, my peers, and my own loved ones. So really, I thank you, all of you, for that. As you know, I'm a physician by profession. I have a successful, largest allergy asthma immunology practice in USA with 400 doctors, nurses, and other paramedical people are working for me throughout the New York, New Jersey, now Florida and Arizona. So, but that's not enough. So when I turned 60, I had a 60th birthday, and that time my guests were from the on virtually Sri Ravi Shankar, Pramukh Swami, then Baba Ramdev, senior senators and congressmen from USA, and we asked only one question that I have built the temple. I've been grand manufacturers of the many temples. I'm also one of the senior doctors in the Iapc. I also founded a federation of the Iapc in New York, National India. All those things. Now what? So everyone says the answer was only one line. That now you have done all these things, but you should acquire the media, put your time and resources in media, and empower the second generation, and let American society know how rich culture we have, how rich we are Indians, and what we can do in with the USA government as well as society. And so quite a few of my friends asked me, how come we are being a successful physician, and still I'm practicing physician, went into the media. So I said, this is my story, and that's why that time I bought the newspaper, and then later on I bought the ITV Gold, and now the ITV Gold is, as you know, that it's on the slate with the 14 million viewers. We are the official partner of the Government of India, Doordarshan Prasar Bharati, and we have just built a beautiful studio in Edison, new studio in Edison to empower the second generation, to bond the second generation to Mother India, because we all have love for Mother India as the first generation, but second generation only will tell you that they love Indian food and Indian dresses, but we have to go beyond that and connect them to the Mother India. So after us, they can continue this journey of US-India relation. And as you know that I was involved in the tsunami, big wave in the Sri Center. Then our community, we organized community in 92 to form the India Caucus through Cologne and Gary Ackerman. And this India Caucus, as you can see now, before 1990, US Congress was completely anti-India. Lot of congressmen and senators were against us. And that's how we started this, we organized congressmen, senators to start the India Caucus. And now look at this India Caucus. Today is the second largest caucus in the US Congress. That shows we came a long way. The second best thing we did in the 90s through the political forum, Indo-American political forum, that we gave the internship with our own money to the college graduates that time. I'm talking about between 93 to 97. And today to expose them to government working. And today you can see that there are 300 plus our second generation Indian Americans are on Capitol Hill. That's a great long-term reward to our community. This journey is a very long journey, but it's my passion. So I'm a physician, I'm a philanthropist. We just have NGO called Life Global. We just built in 98 elementary school in Gujarat. 98 of them. And it's run by the government of Gujarat. We built it and we always give back to government of Gujarat to run it. And just to increase the education in the rural area. So now I also have this responsibility of the media. So I would ask and request all my media friends to be aggressive, be positive, make the community looks very positive to the American society, and make sure that you try to fight any events or anything which is against India. You must stand and fight for that. And if you do that, then I think our whole life's work or everybody's life's work will be well spent. So at the end, I would like to say that Panikal Media, Press Club always count on my support, Panikal Media support, anything and everything. And so at the end, God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian Indo-American Press Club, and I love you all, and good night.
Now we are coming to the end of the program. Actually, we had some more commentaries today. Iapc Senator David Thomas, Political Executive Mr. Reddy, and the famous CPC was actually here. But for other reasons, we could not do it. Now, last but not least, among us we have one wonderful person who has given more than 40 years of his life in the field of education. He is a 3 times member of Parliament in India. He is the chairman of KLE, the Karnataka India Society, Education Society. He has more than 250 institutions, more than 200,000 students, 2 sugar mills, engineer, and a wonderful and very humble man. May I request Dr. Prabhakar Gore to come on the stage to receive the honor from our Consul General. And I will also request my dear friend Ravi Gupta to join him on the podium. And Dr. Lori also please come on the podium to finish the work. Dr. Gore is here to receive a honorary doctorate from Jefferson Thomas University, the first Indian to receive the honorary doctorate from that very school in 200 years history. Congratulations, Dr. Gore. Only few words, Dr. Patel. Please come.
Thank you very much, Kamlesh. Mr. Jaiswal and dear Clayton. Really, I just came to wish the Kamlesh and he has honored so this thing. I'm really thankful to this also in this consulate. In fact, I'm a very small man in India. I'm coming from a very small village as Mr. Parikar. We have started education institution way back in 1960. 16. Today we are having almost 290 institutions throughout Karnataka, Maharashtra, Delhi. And we have 3 medical colleges. Surprised to hear that 1 medical college purely for the foreign students. Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore. And last 30 years we are working with research, University of Vienna, University of Iapc, and particularly rural health, we have taken a lot of precaution also. Today we are having more than 4,000 bedded hospital, including satellite hospitals in village. I really very thankful to Honorable Consulate also, Mr. Kamlesh also. Thank you very much, and I am very proud that Indo-American Press Association is so strong. I wanted to just give you one message. Please, always think about positive of India, write about India, and today and bring good things to the American society. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Dr. Ford. We have a wonderful souvenir book that we have compiled for everyone to remember this event by, to take something home from the Iapc. I'd love to invite once again Ambassador Jaiswal. We're almost at the end of the program and dinner is almost ready, to join us on stage and please present the first of this souvenir book to Chairman Mr. Kamlesh. Please join us on stage. And could I also have all of the Iapc members that are present with us join us on stage so we get a nice picture while we do the souvenir presentation. Everyone who's part of Iapc, I'm looking at you guys in the back, come on stage and we can take a nice picture with all the members that are present with us. Everyone who's in Iapc, please join us on stage. Once again, all the awardees, we can get a picture with everyone on stage once again, so please, Ambassador, you're not done yet. Can all the awardees please join us on stage once again?
Congratulations to all of you. And before we conclude, is Alliance ready? No, no, please. May I invite the students of Alliance to present? And I promise this is the last thing between this program and the United States. Thank you very much.
Not bad.
Minister, will you come to set, please? Please come. Yeah, for both of times. Yes. Yeah, as it comes, I want to mention especially the Consulate of India, Bipul Devi, PDG, for their cooperation to provide this beautiful dental hub in their time. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate that. Bipul ji, thank you. All the honorees, actually, by accepting the honor from Iapc, you have made us Iapc. Thank you very much. And special thanks to the organizing team, Mr. Jadaria, Ajay Ghosh, Ashwita, and many other members who work behind the scene and to create this program. And this program is live broadcast via YouTube and release also. Our thanks to our editor, Indian Institute, and for any shortcomings, delays, whatever, please forgive us. We will need to do it. I hope you enjoy the program. Good, thank you very much. And thanks to all of you once again for coming. Lily, thank you. The delay is very good. Thank you.